Welcome to tonight's episode of Storm King's Thunder. Finally arriving in Gottelgrim from Citadel Felbar. It had been a bit of a journey for our party. When a bit is, I'd say, 2-3 months of actual IRL time and about 2 weeks in game? Or a week in game easily? Easily a week in game. Because you had to go from... Essentially, you guys had that nice little trip down the deep roads until it got broken off. That was 3 days. The other 3 days, then we're getting around it and getting back up the other side. We got this nice little sign now when the next party go down. Please be aware, purple worms may cause delays in your traffic. You encountered vampires, you encountered werewolves, fire giant dukes, purple worms currently getting suplexed, devil-worshipping warlocks who may or may not have been masters to druids, vampires who then proceeded to eat said fiendish-loving warlocks, and, well, druids that leave the party. As based on the fact that the party had been asked by Zero Little to not, in fact, harm a particular individual until he gave the go-ahead. Even though his life was in danger, he still made that oath. They disobeyed him and attacked for his own safety. It's one of those lovely moral quandaries that we all enjoy. And he decided, how can I trust any of you if you're not going to promise this oath to me? And left. So, the party, two of its members, one of which is the fuck it, I'm doing it anyway, and the other one is the small Bab, managed to find a large, scaly friend who proceeded a different direction to them or simply waited for everyone to leave because something that big is a bit obvious when it tries to get out of a doorway. Besides that, they found a dwarf that had been stuck inside the fiendish warlock's domain. See how lovely that gets along. The NPC, whose name I did in fact put down, is Matrock Ironmaker. I'll give a little kind of there. Look at it, he's small.
Okay.
He's a small Iron Man. Your party then proceeded. It took 2 or 3 more days of travel, and you eventually found your way into Gauntlegrim. Find yourselves at the gatehouses as you're all approaching. The lights are these thick, heavy torches that are left in sconces along all the way, and there's no... And as you notice, there's always been debris. There's always been stalactites or stalagmites. This entire area from about 150 feet back from the guardhouse has been cleared of all stalagmites and stalactites. It's literally, you could tell right now it's a kill zone. There is no remains. There's no things that have fucked with us recently, signs left around. But you are all approaching Mathrock and Ashk and Durin. The dwarves are, funny enough, none of which are here, one of which is an NPC. Sort that out. Are all... I'm not doing 3 different accents. Fuck off. Are all proceeding forward ahead of the party to escort you people in. The guards, you could tell that there is rifles that have been lined. There's about 5 to each side of the actual gatehouse. And Matok raises up and says, Stop! I know these people! They got me out of a snag! It's me! It's Matrock! And you hear some people go, oh, and other people go, ugh. To which
Excellent.
there's no reply, you just hear the of a wench, and you just see the gate that will be essentially between the 2 houses lifting up. And the gatehouses themselves on either side actually go all the way up, so they're entirely blocked off. It's essentially just like a semicircle of a tower, for lack of a better description, on either side, with just the center point being there. So you guys are led in. You follow your dwarven compatriots, and for the sake of ease, I am going to turn on the fog of war because I want to bring you in a particular area of this one. So, the city you are beholden to fine marble and great wood, great actually woodwork as well, crafted inside. And a lot of the stonework itself appears to be woodwork in the fact of the way that you would carve wood, the way the stone has been carved, with this delicacy, this craftsmanship. And as you are all moving in, the ceiling goes to about 30, 40 feet in height. The roads are wide, a space for plenty of people to walk down, and it is a commerce city. And from this side, you can see that there's a lot of activity as you're essentially entering towards a more smith area. So there's a lot of marketplaces here, like small, essentially circles of caravans, for lack of a better description, of small carts like Narrowlands is, which I think is still somewhere in Everland. We'll see how that goes.
Somewhere,
we
yeah.
had to leave it because we couldn't really bring it to the Underdark.
And his donkey.
Yes, we didn't want anything bad to happen to him.
Like Bill from fucking Lord of the Rings.
It wouldn't fit on the bird, so we left it in Everland,
Yeah.
I believe.
You know, I think my cart would have actually fit on the bird.
It probably would
Because I'm a
have.
gnome.
It probably would have, but we decided not to because
We'd have to strap it down somehow to the bird.
it would have been really awkward. He probably could have carried it in his foot, but it would have been awkward. It's better than
There
we
would have
left
just
it.
been this
My dog is
perpetual
going-
screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor
Just
thing.
if a donkey could scream, it just go just constantly, just in this constant exhale of just disapproval. And Kay, you were muted.
I don't know.
Okay, because I saw the lips move. And I'm like, what did the boy say?
Might be camera guy.
One thing you'll notice as well as you're entering is all of the guards in the city. You recognize some of the guards, especially some that were on the gatehouse, are all wearing the same kind of blue scale mail armor with these large mauls to their side and these large kind of to a point kind of blue hats that just go flat at the top. Helmets more so, and they are the hammerers, which you saw were the royal guard of King Morin. There are divisions similar to them here in Gauntlet.
Right. So what's the plan? Why are we here? I forgot. Okay, no.
That sucks for you then if you forgot.
Girls.
Wait for girls
Why-
to check the notebook.
So why did
Well,
we come to
For the
Gauntlet?
most part, I think we're here to. We have, I think, a letter from the King and Queen of Citadel Felmar warning about the forge, stealing something from the forge.
Oh, the file.
remembering.
The ever-burning file.
It's coming back to you.
Of Gauntlet Grim.
Yeah.
And it's really, really bad. Most of these notes are just it's really bad if it disappears.
Don't let this get taken!
Pretty much.
This bad if it get taken. No let it happen.
But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I think we had a letter, correct? Specifically
yeah,
a
I'm
letter.
sure we had a letter, which
Specifically
It
a
wasn't like a
letter.
message we had to send.
it was basically because of the attack that
Gauntlet
happened
Grim,
on Felmar.
find out if
warning
the
them.
fire has been stolen, if they haven't stopped them doing it anyway, and we have a letter to the king. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally everything going.
That's the
Hey,
thing.
shit's hitting the fan here. Don't let shit hit fan here. Love you, bye. XXX.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Good luck.
Pardon.
Kiss. Mwah.
Heart of
It's like this beer stained lip mark on it. No, that's not
Ugh.
Cam. That's not Cam.
Let's
Okay,
go.
funnily enough, I found this, so we'll see how good this is.
A new map.
Oh my god, guys, we're not in the Underdark.
Thank God. Let's never
Okay, we've
go
been in there
back.
for 7 weeks.
Anyone who wants to look, zoom out, and you'll be able to find the point you enter in at.
It's all promise never to go back to the
Proper.
Underdark.
Give me a second, folks. Actually, I'm going to add back on the grid here. It'll help make you guys smaller.
I was gonna say I'm so big. I'm pretty sure Glory's not even that big.
I haven't cast a large on you yet.
Yo, this music's cool.
It's something from Elder Scrolls the Elder Scrolls 5, but it's a kind of a redub for Gauntlet of Grim. So bring yourselves into there, folks. On the normal side, you're free to do so now. The pillars as well in this all have this heavy carved design. In that at the bottom is this heavy, just solid bases, and it just rises up. It just rises into these forms of statues. You see dwarves with great axes. You see dwarves with these heavy hammers, with shield and axe, sword, as if it's just a column of the ancestors as you enter the hall of the ancestors. I'm gonna have to explain that again because not even Stacy knows what that is. And I don't need to yet. Do we have a frog? Do we have a frog? Well, we have a muted frog.
I'm muted again.
I'll keep describing then for the period anyway. As you enter the Hall of the Ancestors, these great stone pillars that just line this massive corridor, each one about 10 foot apart as you go down the entire corridor. And there's just great ancestors on all sides of dwarves. Looking up, and these would even be over the size of giants in the fact that the way the stone has been carved. There's these larger than life ancestral markings of them. You see heavy, like even at this point, you see squads of dwarves just moving through and patrolling as you're just taking in the sights. You're watching it's just the immensity of this. Around you, there's all these stone carved small areas in which you can see people have set up shops, small caravans, small carts, even some people who have entirely bought out a residence of it. And there's the wooden design, or even some that have it carved in gold and stone and iron on their signs outside of their shops as you enter. What would you like to do?
Let's go see who's in charge.
I'm not really sure how we do that because I'm pretty sure we can't just ask.
I mean,
I guess if we have,
I think technically when we went to the last city, we just kind of asked and got taken to the leader. So
it's what we're here for. Have we got a medal or a signet?
oh,
or
the
a
letter
badge?
will have a
the
signature
letter has
on it.
a signet on it. I think.
You have the letter, and you also have the 2 lions.
Oh yes, they're technically a mark as well.
They're from him, yeah.
Okay. Let's just call on one of the guards and get him to tell us where to go.
Okay.
Or whoever the nearest dwarf is that isn't part of the party.
At this point, you just look over towards the dwarf that's accompanied you for the last 2 days. And, you know, if you're looking for someone, I could probably point you in a direction.
We need to see whoever's in charge there.
You need to see the king. You see Ironhammer. Alright. Follow me.
I know the way.
That's not...
Some jokes
I'll-
never die.
They should, though. There, boop.
There we go.
As much as I want to do a shopping episode right now.
Yeah, I was about to say,
think this has got some
Abysmal
urgency
Gaming
to it.
Tiller is suggesting you all go to the inn. Or go to
I
the
think it
general
just
store.
got some, yeah, this got some urgency to it.
Well, I mean, we've probably gone through quite a few health potions in our time in the Underdark.
I hope you have been keeping count.
I'm
none.
considerably lower. Yeah.
I'm considerably none.
Because you never get hit, because you're a bitch.
I sometimes do.
I think it's more that he always gets hit because I have as many as I've been given. I've not really used them.
This is what happens when you have a dwarf. This is what happens when you have a dwarf that's willing to help you out.
Well, if Ash needs one back, she can have one of mine.
I'm alright with that. But
We'll sort it out in a bit.
Yeah, we'll do inventory another time.
I would assume we're not going to do any combat right now.
Oh,
That was
God.
your first mistake. Don't make assumptions in D&D.
Assume 0 things.
That was
So,
in Philbar.
Darren's picture is just more beard than face.
He's a dwarf.
He looks to you all as well, and goes, I'm going to be looking for a temple of Verona to pray to. Find me whenever you get finished up, but I'm going to go and do that. And he just begins walking.
We'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
Or find yourselves at the nearest pub. I'll probably be there.
Sounds good.
So, the dwarf that is accompanying you says, Alright! So, to his lordship Belagar Ironhammer. Follow me. And he leads you down. And I'm just going to basically open up the corridor as you would have walked and get him off the map.
That's a big corridor. I mean, we're not in the Underdark anymore, but we're still underground, aren't we?
Yep.
I miss the sky.
Okay, so I'll just bring you guys back. Point. Whoop. I think that's everyone. As you all hear, Matok just you enter onto this like heavy like stone square area, and you're all confused for a second as what's to do. You see these kind of like mechanisms on the side. As he steps over, just grabs something going up, and he just pulls the lever, and just these machines on the side just begin twisting and twisting. These gears, you all just begin rising and rising and rising, and it feels like it's going for hours. Now it's not, but the delay of it's not a fast-moving machine. You keep rising and rising and rising till about maybe 2-3 minutes pass, and you eventually just hear a thud. Find yourselves outside of a doorway. This door has what's more or less a small battalion of dwarves outside of it. Heavy crossbow wielders. You see there's artillery pieces even in place at the far back. These large lines of dwarves, more or less in a relaxed casualty. And the moment anyone like to hear the machines, you can begin seeing them all riling up, and they all begin looking towards you as you are all right about here. I will just do this real quick.
The darkness.
We disappear into the void, never to return.
Campaign over. Goodbye.
Yay.
Rest in fucking pieces.
We're going to the abyss.
Okay, so. at
Trying
this
to fill a hole
point-
there, Varys?
No, I was trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
No.
So to continue, you see these dwarves all begin riling up, and one or two of them, among them, you actually do see that there's these large, red-maned dwarves. Like everything else is shaved except for this middle mane on their head, much similar to the dwarfs that you encountered before, including Yodair Iron Fist in Citadel Felbar, who was the leader of the Slayers. So these are clearly a few people here are in fact Slayers.
Oh, I thought they were Mary Poppins.
Not today.
People get the reference. Yay! Anyway,
Hang on.
sorry.
Anyway, you essentially just stand there. There's this awkward moment as basically one of you is waiting for the other to speak.
We have a letter for the king from shit. Where did we come from?
Citadel Felbar.
From
Ashkazan.
Belbar.
Yeah, from Citadel Felbar.
It's been a week, guys. It's been a week.
Yep.
Okay, so one dwarf, this very older dwarf, steps forward to all of you. The beard almost goes down towards knee height, and it's just braided across entirely to this heavy iron like ring at the bottom. A very heavy shield is draped over the back, and there's these two axes on the side. As he steps forward, looking towards the dwarf who's currently fidgeting, and just pulls out the letter. And he looks over and reaches out a hand to take the letter off of you. And takes it, opens it up there, like looks back at the seal first to the back.
Pretty sure that's for the king's eyes.
Make a persuasion check.
The joys of remembering who in this party is the highest charisma.
Hey!
Hey!
So with a cool 6 persuasion.
It's ya Boyd.
He glares back at you and is about to say something before piped up by Ash. Now, for the king's eyes only. And at this moment of a very stout and fierce glare from this somewhat wild dwarf. Alright, you little to the king then. I'll give the letter. When he decides, you can enter. It turns, and now that shield's exposed, you see this heavy, like, iron face. It's been carved in gold and platinum on the back, on the face of it, as he marches back. And there's a good 5-10 minutes after these massive iron doors have opened and closed behind him. So, as he steps in, then closed. You wait, and wait.
Karak's
Some of
just
the
like,
dwarves have gotten more relaxed. And you hear out, "Let them enter. I wish to see these defenders of Faerun." Which, if you remember, is pretty much what you referred to as by King Morin.
yeah, I've actually read that on my
Just gonna
character
pop
sheet.
the collar.
The moonpigs.
Varys, no.
No, Varys, no.
Keep it going.
Varys, no.
Visual Zero would have wanted.
Repress it, repress it.
Varys, no.
So I'm going to open up this entire area as you enter in, because this is a big doozy. What you
Before
see
going in,
before
I'm just
you.
gonna pop my collar.
Yeah, you popped that. You mohawk gnome motherfucker. Like a little biker gnome.
Yeah.
As you enter, you see statues of gold and statues of stone, iron, are all just like lined up as you enter. And there's these great columns of these dwarven designs. Some, I would ask the dwarves of the party to make history checks, but they currently aren't here to make rolls. But if rolls are made, then I will do descriptions. As you guys continue, you see these very grandiose designs. Even the ceiling above you is this mosaic painting, this massive painting carved into the stonework above you, describing a great battle. And you see orcs, you see giants, and you see dragons, all just like looming over a mountain. And at the center point of this mountain is one dwarf who stands on top of the mountain, a mighty axe in both hands, letting out a massive battle cry. Okay. Ashk, you do see one or two figures here are not as obscure. and you are able to recognize that there is the designs for Breonna and Murden here as two of the designs. A few others you can't really recognize. You weren't, if you were taught, they were taught to you at a time where you can't or didn't focus that much. And Durin also was just like there. Clearly, these are. Whilst he was able to recognize King Morn and Breonna, these were probably ancestors revered in this hold compared to in Citadel Felbar. You see designs that are akin to Yadair Iron Fist and the massive flaming red crest wielding two axes, and you read Grungni at the bottom of that palette in Dwarvish. And this is one of the this was the Slayer, the original of his kin. He was the first to take the oath to slay and to die a glorious death, but to avenge a failure. Further on, you do see a few. There are great artisans and technicians and designers here, but the only ones you can truly see or recognize, Ashk, is one of Snotty Whitebeard, a believed dwarf to have actually been the first of his true kin, of the kin that you know amongst you, and the direct son of both Muradin and Breonna.
I'll be right back.
Supposed first High King who disappeared thousands of years ago. No body was ever found, no burial mound was ever made, and his sons then took to the different holds.
I share this with the party. Hi, by the way.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hey, boogie!
I can see the code.
She's had difficulty getting in, but she's finally in.
Yeah.
So, as you are all, you enter in further, and you notice that some of these statues, even in gold, in platinum, in iron, they're not perfectly still. And as you guys have passed, it's pretty much like the walking down the haunted mansion style of paintings following you. The heads just turn to follow you, or going back into position.
I am very upset by this. Sorry.
It's like that scary fucking snowman thing as you pass it.
Don't like stone moving.
I pat your hog and then go back to being stoic.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, come on now, that's just insulting.
Go
Is
for
this
the vine.
legit? Am I rolling this?
Go for the vine.
Okay.
Literally.
Fine, do it
Ask
for the
makes
vine.
one.
My animal handling is not actually that bad. Hang on.
I was watching to roll a nat 20 and make her perfectly zen.
I'm pretty content. I feel
You
a lot
had this-
better.
You had this peak of fear as you were watching the stone follow you, but that just little pat and that reassurance that Fire Mama's right there. You guys enter in
Okay.
and you see more recent designs further down the corridors. You see great braziers for rituals and altars for worship. And further in you see newer carved statues. And the centerpiece of them, for this hold that was retaken 500 years ago, is Dane Ironhammer, who came before Belagor. Dane was the lord who retook this mountain from orcs that had once conquered it and claimed it as their own, who had used trolls and giants in their malevolence. Some people believe that great ancestors had actually arisen amongst the people in those years to avenge and to take back this lost hold. And at the center point, at the far end of this cavern, see two great statues. And in the center point, the dwarf, in heavy armor, great horns atop his helmet, and a long white beard, braided over with gold and hair just enlaced picturing almost like marble that has gold embedded into it. He looks with a piercing glance under a helmet towards all of you with heavy, true iron armor, looking about you. So, you're the defenders of Faerun, as King Morin would claim. Welcome to Citadel Felbar.
Oh shit.
What would you like to do, guys?
Well,
Very
first I'm going to
slightly
move into
better.
this room.
Yeah, so let's move in.
This is a big room.
Jesus, I've never been.
Who's the talker?
I mean, if we're going off stats, it's me or Roman. If we're going off characters.
Let's push Roman forward.
Do not do that. I've lost wherever I put Glory.
Lost your character.
There she is.
Yeah, so that's,
She got
I
lost.
found her.
Glory, come going.
Alright.
Hey girl, get a biscuit!
Throwing them all wildly.
Is that what they do?
So he's sitting atop his throne looking down at all of you. And whilst he is welcoming, whilst he is somewhat benign and kind in his voice, there's a coldness behind his eyes that just pierces through each and every one of you.
Is.
right. It's going to be like from the one Morty with the awesome Pogs collection, just folding some papers real quick. Okay. Yes, hello. Okay. We are the defenders of Faerun, yes. And we've actually come from Citadel Felbar through the deep roads here because at current knowledge, your eternal fire forge is at risk.
I can picture him there just going because
Uh,
I know I've got it here somewhere.
oh shit! I dropped them all. Oh fuck! What order were they in?
I want to give you disadvantage to make you make a persuasion check for that. I really, really do, with my hand on heart.
See, got the highest charisma, but character-wise,
So persuasion roll.
Sure.
Wait. Normal. This.
I want to give you disadvantage just because you were stuttering in character. So I'll say, yeah, with disadvantage.
All right, with disadvantage. Okay. That was a 15.
that was really good. Ooh. Ooh.
That's awesome.
And bear in mind at this point, there are 20 or so dwarves between you and him. All of them, the first line of 10 are the blue armor wearing hammerers, which seem to serve as a royal guard and an elite strike force. There are 2 slayers, and behind the slayers again are just 8 people lined up with muskets. I understand that part, Tom. But they did not ask you to explain what brings you here besides that. Right. You claim that my forge is under threat. My people are under threat. And were it anyone else's word besides King Morin's, I'd claim you all liars. However, there has been no, at present, reported dangers inside of my forge or inside my city. As such, I've sent a scout to go and collect a message to one bugman who will bring a group of his retinue into the city and ensure that we are kept clean of problems. Besides that, and he looks over towards the dwarf, gives a slight nod. Hidden folk could have turned to the hold. May your family break out their Bugman's Ale, which is a celebratory good to have you back, but the most general and basic version.
It's like Prosecco of owls.
Yeah, it is lit. No, it's not the Prosecco. It is the finest motherfucking craft shit. Like, you drink this and it's just everything is better. Life is better.
You
It's
got,
the
you got
stuff in
family here?
it's the stuff in the glass bottle rather than in the tin. Are we waiting for a response from me?
Yeah, well, Kirak asked you.
If you want to respond.
At least I hope so. If what our gentleman says is true, then we've had no attack on here, thank goodness.
Yet.
I mean,
Yet,
the last one
indeed.
happened very suddenly.
He does not go into detail about it. Explain it to me if you wouldn't mind. What happened?
We have reason to believe a certain Fire Duke is making his way to the forge.
The fire duck has been thrown out twice. Twice in 200 years he tried to take this keep. Twice in 200 years he was thrown back by the White Dwarf returned.
He doesn't want to take the keep. Just wants the.
He wants the forge.
You know when purple worms do that thing where they just sort of burst up through the ground? They had like that, but metal.
Like lava spouts.
Don't know how to describe it.
They had
I'm a bird.
strange metal contraptions that came through the floor,
I don't know what a drill is.
and then those doors.
I'll say for the sake of brevity you explain over the due course that he picked up the fact that you were referring to Duragar, and that Duragar were used as the main focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you finish your discussion and explanation, he just taps his hammer 4 times, just like the head of the hammer, against a particular mound. There's 4 different runes on all 4 sides of him, and he just taps all 4 of them. And I want everyone to make a perception check as he does.
Perception.
Is that everyone?
Wow, we really like the number 13 today.
God damn.
Funnily enough, the
Lucky
DC
for
was.
some.
Funnily enough, the DC was 10.
That's good.
Every time he taps one and goes to the next one with this massive hammer, you notice that there's this light blue ethereal form of the dwarf. Each one he taps, it just rises up and all just go in a different direction. Right.
Would either I or Durin recognize this dwarf, or is it just a generic dwarf?
The blue dwarfs arising from each room. You can make a history check. Durin wouldn't, as he's not from this hold.
Durin's not here, right? He went to
You went
Yeah.
to the temple, yeah?
worship
Yeah.
some.
Woo, dang.
You know, word for word for what that is.
Yes, she does. This is the revered ancestors. It is 4 runes that the king of this mountain can tap, and as such, 4 great lords of the past will arise and keep an ethereal watch on the hold. Should any threat arise in the hold, 1 or all 4 of these lords will swarm in atop them. For lack of a better term, picture the ultimate SWAT team. Now picture them being ghosts. Ghost SWAT.
That's going in the law book.
I explain this with a very, very hushed whisper to Glory, but I sort of do a sort of mark of respect.
Which, as you do, they all do it as well. Everyone else does this mark as the spirits move, but it's more like not in direction to any one particular thing, but they all just do it like as if a salute to the air, lack of a better description.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Benders of Faerun. You're bringing news of this to us, and hopefully your news brought will ensure we don't have any issue with that forge. After all, last thing we want is the loss of Gromril, great forging of the craft of it. Which, as you are aware, his entire suit of armor is made of Gromril, which is a particularly rare metal. It is the adamantite of adamantite. Give you an idea, it would be as if you made bronze armor for making copper and from tin. The only difference is with this, it is adamantite and a material you don't recognize that are actually melted together.
Like a triple alloy type thing.
Basically, the most badass thing you can make in medieval times.
Yeah, like
Basically,
triple,
Wolverine.
Yeah,
Damascus steel?
Yeah.
A metal that
No,
does not.
No, that's still.
Move on.
I'm just all about Marvel today, apparently.
This is a tangent.
Yep, I know.
And he is wielding for the reason he got his name, the Iron Hammer. Which is just this heavy... just as you wield Goliathuri, a maul, with one hand, he's also wielding this weapon. Which is clearly... This would more be fitted in the hands of a troll. In just the sheer size, and he lifts it like it is nothing. You come into my hold and you explain these to me. Should you be proving truthful, well, have my thanks. But besides that, there's very little else I can offer you at the time being. I'd recommend going to... Tell you what, one away for yourselves, and go into the Bugsman Brewery for a day. Tavern in town. The best one in town. Points to one of the serfs who begin rushing up towards you, a very young dwarf, like a male dwarf with this very thin ginger beard, like just a little scruff that hasn't grown in yet. So he's probably in his late 20s, maybe. I'd happily show you the way if... Look, you can, lad. They've earned their drink if they've just been through the dark.
I could use a drink. Thank you, sir.
Does that
The
include
layer
me?
protects you.
I'm not hearing a no.
The layer protect you. Okay. I'm just gonna follow behind.
Before we go to the brewery, do you mind if I see the forge?
He looks to you. Well, the forge is open to many. It is the main crafting district of town. He nods over to us, the serf. Go on.
Specifically where someone would need to go if they were going to steal the Eternal Fire.
Make a persuasion.
Oh,
Good job.
now you're gonna think.
That was me
yeah,
from
that was-
mentally going.
and-
Quick
As long as he doesn't
question,
roll a one, it's
Des.
fine.
Quick
You look-
question, Das. Would I know where it is?
You know exactly where it is, but you're letting him do this because he's Varys and he's an idiot.
Lol.
Yeah. But I was just about to be. Well, do you know what? I'll leave that. I'll leave that hanging as to what I was going to do. But there we go.
He looks over towards the dwarf that was serving as your... Take him to the long stand for a bit. That'll show him where it is. And You're all led, so I'll just grab you all, and I'm just going to move you all.
I want an insight check for long
You're about
stand.
to get punked, mate.
I would like an insight check to know if he's bullshitting me on the long stand.
We're gonna get
Go on.
hazed.
Seems like a place.
Oh, you fuck.
Like a place.
We're gonna get
Jesus
hazed
to me.
because of you.
Thanks,
Oh, this is
Varys.
not a place.
You're an elf in Dwarfland. Don't do anything stupid.
He asked a question, to be fair.
There's
Just 'cause I didn't give him the
questions
reason.
and there's stupid questions.
Just because I didn't say the reason doesn't mean it's not for a good reason.
Okay,
I
so
know.
as
I'm
you guys-
teasing you.
as you guys go this way, the serf says, "All right, I'll need you to stay here for a bit. I'll be right back after I make sure I get everything checked up for you." And he just moves off, and he walks away. And as he does, you wait 10 minutes,
Just look around.
20 minutes, 40 minutes, until he comes back. Was that a long enough stand for you?
Fuck you,
Okay, that was
Varys.
pretty good.
I fall on the floor, just.
Oh boy.
That time someone did that to Varys, honestly.
I just learned about that today at work as one of the things that Troll and Apprentice is great.
Yeah, trolling apprentices.
Take him to the long stand.
the long
The
stand.
long enough stand
Tart-
for
the
you.
tartan paint.
Go get me a what was it? Oh yeah, one of the lads got caught.
They do this
for-
with everybody.
Going on a snipe hunt.
a long
A
way.
skirting board ladder. Skirting board ladder. So he leads you in. Alright, so now he actually said you could, so follow me inside. And you guys enter, and you see just this massive room. Wide open top, and it is just this wall of heat you just hit the moment you hit. It's almost like a gut punch of just it's like stepping off a plane in a hot country and just, oh, this is hot. And
Oh, so basically, like me going to Texas for a couple
you
days.
just went to Texas. You were in New York and you're just in Texas.
Yeah.
And it is just this immense wall of heat that hits you, and there are forges all over the place, all just working and hammering and working, and it's just this constant rhythmic sound. You see dwarves that just have these heavy iron muffs over their ears that they're just working away, working away, working away. And in the center point, you see the largest forge, where there's a lot of heavy machinery being designed currently, and it is from there which you think is the Great Forge.
Ooh.
And you can actually feel, and you can actually hear the of lava.
So like this big thing here is effectively
With this wall of just lava points coming out from it, with all this great heat erupting up.
I am going to ask the surf if I could get a pair of headphones to kind of numb the noise.
Sure, well, you won't really hear me describing anything if you do, but alright. And
It's fine.
he just goes into a small storeroom and comes back. They've got a few must fit in now. The elf went ahead, so he's not getting any. He just hands them to all of you, puts them on himself. Now follow me!
they won't fit my ears.
I basically imagine it's like a field trip at some place where it'd be like super loud for kids. So it's just like, all right, we're going this way.
It's basically
Okay.
what's happening.
No, it's basically just going into a machine,
Kirak, you muted.
a factory floor.
Was that intentional, Kirak? Because that'd been hilarious. You're like,
It's still muted.
protect this child at all costs. As you guys are entering, you can tell there's a lot of heavy work being done here. The far left area is actually under a bit of heavy guard with this great iron, like kind of like this grating around all of it. It looks almost like a cage that inside of which there's people working, and it's on metals and designs. You can actually see some beautiful like sets of armor that have been left up there that are currently being forged or have been forged. The area that currently Varys is in is very much so a general craftsmanship area, with the sides closer to the forge being, and you can see it now from the machine pieces that have been designed and things you've seen already. heavy ballista and heavy iron ballista and heavy cannon design. This is where most of our commissions come in for. Lots of human settlements have recently, with all these giant attacks, been, well, wanting a bit more firepower, so unless they want to get captured by giants, they come to us, and we forge the stuff for them. It's been making us a pretty penny for most of our city, and most of our stuff's been coming in on that trade and trade of resources now. A lot of the Lord's Alliance have been currently commissioning a heavy amount of firearms as well. So, under a good bit of design, we've got one of their own there giving us a hand. If you'd like to go see him, he's over there. And points across, and you see there a elf. Can't really discern the gender of, but you recognize as Rockfen, Sildar's bodyguard, and who's currently working at a big tool desk with several other dwarves, far older dwarves with these heavy, ridiculous 4 sets of magnifying glasses on themselves as he's just working away at a piece. And we lifts it up, and it's just this 4-barreled kind of design that he just spins. And the actual barrel itself spins while the actual handle stays in place. He begins checking the inside of it and focusing on it. So if anyone wants to go speak, there's there.
Glory?
I feel like they're working. I possibly don't want to disturb them.
I'm trying to say to the tour guide quickly. What would the general consensus be if I did a little bit of magic for just in here? Just purely defensive, just in case something does come and attack.
He raises the hand over, and you see amongst the guards, now that he raises the hand, and he just does a 3 motion signal. You watch as there's one dwarf that's now currently looking at you and focused on you intently. So long as it's nothing dodgy, you're fine.
Oh no, it's literally an early warning system. Well, a warning system for us. Just if something comes and we're not exactly here, we can get here quick.
It's hard for a defender to defend if you're not going to let them defend the thing that they're trying to defend in the first place. He's just trying to defend a defensive spell, do so.
Precisely.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
if you look over,
I say to them in Dwarvish, it's like a CCTV.
Like a CCTV. Oh, yep.
I preferred my
like
explanation.
combined tower vision, aye. Where there's multiple towers viewing over an area. Combined
Yes,
tower
yes.
vision.
Yes.
I thought of that on the fly, leave me alone.
I preferred my description.
And he points over, well, see, the thing is, we always have people in the forge, and, well, he points over to this ridiculously large war horn. Yeah, that's going to get sounded the moment something happens.
This will be a little bit quicker for us, if you don't mind. It won't affect the workings. It won't affect anything. Just for
The
just
dwarf
for,
that was with you, that was watching you, is now just stepped over, and is holding just his hands crossed. He has a stone in one hand that's just shimmering blue on a design. Go ahead.
You can watch if you want. I basically want to cast alarm.
And anyone that you do not designate, which is everyone here.
Basically, I want it to only be set off by giants.
Or Duragar.
Okay.
Or
Duragar would be wiser.
Would you like to
Both.
make an Arcana check because you're basically trying to specify the target?
Well, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. Does that mean creature types?
I'll say if you make a clever enough Arcana check, you can make that work. Because you have been getting good at it. It's a simple enough spell that you use a lot. I'm sure you'll be able to...
Yeah, I'll just luck it.
You have a +9. You have a +9.
I know, man.
You rolled a 3 and then a 7.
I'm not. My roll's not great today.
And you've used 2 lucks already.
Why not?
So, focuses, and then you just see this design with just these heavy... On each corner piece, you see one corner piece has just like this... The design you've seen for the Duragar symbol is just there, kind of softly glowing. And on the other So that's 2 crossed. And then the other 2 crossed is 2 designs of a great fiery face. And the dwarf just like raises a rune across and just begins scanning. His eyes grow up in purple as he does. And for a moment, your magic is almost nullified, like it's been suppressed. And then he scans and just begins looking over the stone. All right.
It's just gonna be set to do the mental ping because that's got a better range. So if anything of them goes in the area, then I know about it.
Okay. So he goes, all right, so besides that bit of attention, is there anything else you'd like to do in the forge? Or will I just take you to the Bugman's Inn?
No, let's go drink.
I'll go talk to Rockfin real quick. I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
I won't
You
be a
walk
minute. You guys can
over.
go ahead if you want.
You guys walk, and as you do, Rockfin is focusing on the gun.
And
And
I
he turns
stay,
it a bit.
I stay next to Glory, just sort of saying a cautious hello to people that I recognise in the forge, if possible.
You do recognize a few people, not many. 1 or 2 of the older ones go, oh, hello there. You just miss your father. I'm sure he'll be back after his lunch break.
Good to hear. Doing well, is he?
Oh, he says, we just set him in one area, we give him like 5 lists on a task, and it gets done in an hour. Your father's
No
mental.
surprise there, then.
He's bloody mental when it comes to that. So, as Rockfin is basically just seeing this barrel, and it's just like this beautiful like silver design on the barrel as well with these. You can clearly tell, Rockfin, they have a very unique craftsmanship onto their metal as well. He just glances back over the eye at you. Bear in mind it was muffled as well from that sound. Just looks back. Lady Glory, it is a pleasure as always.
Pleasure to see you,
The gun,
Rockfin.
puts it down, smiles and leans across over you. The other the dwarves that are around get a bit grumbly as was showing this really cool toy. He's no longer showing them the cool toy. Take a break, you old grumblers. So, what can I do for you? You're trying to check in on the little one. Also, yes, I see you. Hello, Kirak.
I'm trying to remember if I actually met him. Did I? Yeah.
You did. You met them. You met them.
They were with Faith and Sildar when we ran into them.
Oh yeah.
Damn it, Kirok.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be waving with her.
Yeah,
Just
I'm pretty transparent. I was just hoping that Faith and Sildar got what they need to go without any trouble.
They did, yeah. They're currently in. I think they're currently either in Neverwinter or Silvery Moon. I'll be giving them contact soon. They said they'd swing by for me in a few days. So if you're taking a bit of respite time, they'll be swinging by. And he got it. He's currently holding on to it and making sure it doesn't leave his sight until it gets in your hands.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Dope.
Apparently, some arrogant lord was claiming, how dare anyone try to take anything that belongs to him. Your sister broke his arm.
Aww, she does take after you.
She takes after me too much, is what she does.
She really does.
It's not necessarily a good thing, you know. Thank you. And if you talk to them, tell them, I don't know, stay safe, that I'm here.
Stay out of trouble. You know the response is going to be from both of them. Where's the fun in that?
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
I had brown hair before I met them. Now I have white hair.
Faith does that.
No, Silda does that as well. That old man's stupid as shit. What? A horde of orcs? Let me just charge it on Kronos. Whee!
That's where you and Faith need to be smarter.
Yes, we do. You could tell at this point it's like that almost close to having an aneurysm. Yeah. Yeah. I
Alright.
don't get paid enough.
You inevitably don't know. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work because you're busy.
Yes, before everyone starts grumbling at me again. And they actually take the gun over to you. They just open it up and put in 3. They're not There isn't any powder, actually. It's just these like small steel little cases that look like the tip of an arrow. They're working on the design. Now I just want to see. They just load it up. This will work. Closes it. It just aims towards one of the targeting ranks that are just say about 50 feet off you, right of the forge.
I take a step back.
You just hear, and just a bing, bing, into target. Bing, 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 bing. As just the barrel moves with every shot fired. It just opens it up, and you just see the steam, just the heat off of it.
That's cool as fuck.
That's dangerous.
I was going to say that.
I am very surprised that worked. I'm also very delighted that worked. I'm now really annoyed that none of the dwarves were there to look at it because they've all gone on break.
Well, I'm impressed.
I'm trying to sell it to them. Oh well, I'll try again.
How much you selling it for?
About 20 grand.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Thought so. It's not the thing I'm actually selling. It's the design.
Oh,
I have the patent on it.
gotcha. Right.
I would like a retirement fund because I don't get paid enough.
You don't get paid enough, yeah. I figured that's where that was going.
Nobody ever gets paid enough in D&D.
I got paid plenty.
And you almost had it eaten by a Zord.
You are the
Shut
exception
up.
and should not be counted.
You are the 1%. You are the 1%.
Them damn 1%ers.
Anyway.
So,
1% of all midgets.
alright. Let's go.
A little courteous bow from them as they turn back to their work, goggles back on fully, and they actually begin taking out some other tools. Oh, wait, before you go, actually, Glory,
Yes, hi.
I've been working on something. I wouldn't mind if you'd come over here for a minute. I was so busy with the repeater, I didn't actually want to. Would you try something for me?
This sounds like it's possibly going to be dangerous, but
Oh,
have a
extremely.
second.
But the whole purpose of it is I'm basically trying to work on a design that can't misfire. Needless to say, someone who doesn't know how to use a gun fully would probably be one of the best people to test this with.
As long as it compensates for my ignorance in advance, sure.
She just reaches over towards the desk, and you see this basically what is now almost a meter long barrel, and just this very dark wood with iron braces kind of back to it, support to it, and just shows you as it goes. They go, it just twists a thing at the front, and just boom, it opens up. The barrel does, and you see. Okay, I don't have many of these, but takes out a small steel with a heavy iron flat back to it that sits into place in each of them. I've got about 30 of those, and the whole reason I'm not showing you how to make those is because that's also a patent, and the dwarves aren't getting that off me. And just closes it.
I thought.
And just hands it to you and points it to one of the targets and just helps you position it on your shoulder properly and gets a bit of padding and actually puts it onto your arm over your armor as well. It's yeah, when you first use this, the kickback and stock, make sure that it just shows you at the top of the frame should never go above the shoulder, should always just be right there in the chest.
Mhm.
Would you like to take a shot?
Sure.
Roll a d20, add your dex modifier, but not your proficiency.
Okay.
I have a feeling, if I was oh yeah, sure, I could do it. Boom! I'm
Yeah, that scene
fine.
from Pirates of the Caribbean 3 where he comes up.
Whoops, I nearly rolled a d50. That's not the right dice.
Don't do that.
That's not great.
Not a misfire. Fires out, and you almost feel yourself knocked back at it. You're used to a crossbow. You've never used one of these before, and you're glad you still have the earmuffs in because you hear, and just watch the spread just hit all of the targets, basically like these large wooden targets, these large wooden frames, these silhouettes of an orc on the inside of them all. But it's like, say, a wider frame of about 3 foot on either side, and you just spray these like small pellets across all sides of it. Try the second barrel as well. So make another shot. And the second
Very
time,
slightly better.
second effect. Well, this time you were used for the knockback, and you actually aimed a little bit lower because you noticed that the shot, your actual gun rose up with the recoil before you hit fully, and you hit more of the higher point. Now you hit more of a chest area. Excuse me. And it's just a solid blast into the center of it, and they just take the gun off you again and just say, now mind it as well. I know it doesn't matter much for you, but it is hot, and just like twist a small little lever at the top of it, like say on the wooden side, opens it up, and just as both of these small iron cases pop out. The actual buildup of smoke and the heat inside, they're actually causing them to pop out. I just wanted to check that. If I ever get a second copy of it to work, I might give one to you.
I definitely wouldn't say no.
Because you know what's fun? These things are really bad when you're hitting something small. But if you're really close to something really big, it hurts like a bitch. You can see exactly where I'm going.
Been fighting a lot of big stuff lately.
Yeah, could use that.
Well, if you could use it, got 28 shot, and actually takes the gun and presents the handle of it over to you. It's not like any of them will know how to make it.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay, we'll take it from them.
Okay, and hands you over the box which has 28 shot in it. It takes a attack to load. So one of your attack actions has to be used to load. It takes 2 shots before it needs to reload. It has a close range of 30 feet and a long range of 60. This is a shotgun.
Basically, the perfect
And
thing
it-
for a melee.
And it is more so of an arc, so you hit anything within a 15-foot cone in front of you. But the thing is, you roll, and basically you roll once, and if that beats any AC in that radius, you hit that target. So if there's 3 orcs with shields and 6 goblins, and you roll we'll say 13, doesn't hit the orcs, but does hit the goblins.
Okay.
And the damage is 2d6. But to let you know, if this gun's put against someone's head, it's an automatic crit.
Ooh.
Because it's a fucking shotgun.
You know,
Because
just
it's
in
a
case I
gun.
know that.
Because it's a goddamn shotgun.
It's a gun, people. D&D mechanics aside, it's a gun.
It misfires on a 1, but only on a 1.
Although to be fair, traditionally people in combat don't keep their head still for you.
Very true. However,
Whoa,
if she knocks someone to the ground and has a gun just shoved against their head,
Yeah.
so you follow your newfound compatriot, Glory, with her new toy thrown over her back. It slings in with this leather brace over it, and the barrel actually reads patience. The first barrel reads patience, the top one, and the second barrel reads control. What? What?
I see you.
What?
I see you, Jigsaw.
Moving on.
What? What? What?
Right. And so let's go to the bar now.
That's a knowing giggle.
Drank.
Drank.
Dang.
I've got drank.
No. Say
We have a
girls.
robot. I've got a robot girlfriend.
Robo frog.
You're back now, I think. We'll see. So you're all led into the deeper section of town. I don't currently have a map for this, but you're led into the one of the areas you went. So you're basically just going to. I'm just going to describe it for you. So you basically go to this section, and these two sections here.
Hello.
You're there. You're
I
there.
have frog.
I'm gonna move you guys to here.
Okay.
As there are, you see now that there's two signs, which is Bugsman's Respite and Bugman's Refreshment.
What's
And
the
inside
difference?
you look inside the Respite. The Respite is the inn and the sleeping quarters, and the Refreshment is where you can get your foods.
Ah.
I will say this much: I always recommend having at least one cask for a group of Bugman's Ale. At least takes one with you. Bugman himself makes it, and it's pretty expensive, but whenever he comes in, you can usually get the surplus. He gets quite busy whenever he gets back. But the Bugman himself, he crafts this design, and it was once reported that a king who near death drank deep of a mug and was healed of all his wounds. So Bugman's got an interesting little effect to his ale. No one's quite sure what he puts in it.
How much is it for a cask?
We need some of that.
500
We need
gold.
some of that.
I will put 500 gold.
You hand him 500 gold? Well, see, here's the thing. I'm not the person you give the money to. I'll happily take this 500 gold.
Glad you're paying attention.
I'll take it back.
I'm glad you're paying attention.
And he just reaches the hand over the... Yeah, no, he just realizes how much money was in his hands. He should have kept his mouth shut. He just goes,
I return
it's
to the
probably more
barkeep.
money.
One cask, please.
It's probably more money than this kid's ever seen in his life.
Oh, God.
You walk in with him, and you just stride straight up to the barkeep. There's a maid. Oh, hello. How can I? As you just walk straight past her, he's very interested in the Bugmans. Ah, I see. And just slam it up there. And as you slam up, you see spinning around, and just these two big meaty hands just slam onto the table. This broken tusked half-orc, which is one eye missing, and this braid of hair that goes all the way back here looks down over to you. Hey, what can I do for you now? Little know me, boy.
I will take a cask of your finest Bugman brew.
He looks down to the bag and just straight up opens the bag and empties it on. And he just snaps his finger, and two people come out with him. And they all, not only do they begin counting, they check every coin. Every coin gets tested.
Ooh,
You do not fuck with you. As you get to the serf just leans like, yeah, you really got to make sure you deal with bugs properly. No amount of bullfuckery goes around with Bugsman. Any other ale?
Understandable.
Usually, but Bugsman's is Bugsman's.
Understandable. I can
And
understand
they actually take 10 minutes counting this, and most of the drinks stop as everyone has stopped the moment Bugsman's gets mentioned, and they're all looking. All these dwarfs are just put down mugs. And as you guys are all looking around, I want people to make perception checks as the 10 minutes go.
I'm just counting. I'm just focusing on the money. Just like that should be everything. It should be all correct.
The fact that she heard of Bugman, which she basically knows is essentially like getting the finest level of wine among dwarves, Ashka just honed in on the coin. Curls, Kirok, and Krauser, you all see these heavy dark robes, tough leather clothes, all just like strewn over, like this robes upon robes and layers upon layers are strewn over one of the tables. You recognize it as someone's gear.
Someone we know.
Someone you know.
Shuffle behind Glory.
Do we see the owner of said gear?
Nope. There's no one inside. And that's 500. Alright then. And he just snaps his finger. Guards! Get it out. And you now see 3 stout young dwarves with these heavy clubs on their sides all just begin going in, and you just hear lock after lock. And you see this massive door open, and a keg is just gingerly lifted out by 3 people carefully, and it is a large keg. Like, this is, you could easily call most dwarves barrel-chested. This would be the epitome of a barrel-chested dwarf. It is just as round and as thick as one of them. The only thing this thing is missing is an iron helmet and a beard.
Oh, good. I have that in my bag. I just put it on top of the keg.
It's just got this solid steel. It's got the solid steel straps all around it with the platinum inlined design, and there is just a design of a crossbow and a bolt firing from it, and along this like green line of, well, it's almost like painted ivory. The way it's designed in is Bugsman's.
Sounds like half the money went on the barrel.
Well, you
I
get
mean-
what you pay for.
And he says, right, so you want it now? Do you want a bit now, do you, little me boy?
Actually, yes. I will
And this
take it
orc
now.
is just, the orc's just like, he's raising an eyebrow, but it's not from the eye that's missing.
I have to say that's a bit weird, but hey, I'm
He just
good.
reaches up and not even and he reaches up, not breaking eye contact with you, until his hand is just slapped away from one of the maidens. And this very older female dwarf, you're trying to touch my husband's gear. You're not doing it with proper respect. He snaps over, and this stand is brought over, and the barrel is leaned onto its side. So the opening is at the front, and she just connects on a piece to the front of it. And everyone is just stopped. Most people have just looked over. It is basically like the stupid fucking beer ads, where everyone just stops and looks. But the only difference is the moment you smell it, it is the most relaxing, most reassuring, just scent I've ever had. It's like the smell of home, but it's different for each one of you. But it's a smell of comfort and relax. And she looks to it, she sniffs it, and she hands it to the gnome.
Deep breath then, Roman.
Roma doesn't even listen, and it's just handed, and it just the motion is continued as it just chugs it. Okay, I would like you to
3,
make a Constitution saving throw.
2, 1.
I don't care if I am fucking drunk. Just drunk.
Okay, I would like you to roll 2d10.
Oh.
Oh.
Nothing good is happening.
As you have imbued yourselves with Bugsman's brew, you will have, if you had had any damage taken, heal for 2d10. Your maximum hit points is also increased by 2d10.
Oh.
You are immune to all poisons and from being frightened, and you're cured of all diseases.
Oh, dang.
It's fucking hero's drink.
It's a hero's brew.
Whilst also having advantage on all wisdom saving throws.
Wow, a beer that gives you wisdom. Holy shit.
That depends on how much you have, though.
Yeah.
Very true.
All good things in moderation.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
Especially you, Roman, after you tried blinking a certain someone's
Firewater.
ale back in
Bowhammer
Tribal.
Firewater.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a gnome. I have to drink a time. I have to have a drink from time to time.
Already having
I think I think what
My-
he means is he has a lot to prove.
Sure.
Everyone was just watching as Roman did this, stumbled for a bit, and everyone, you just hear, oh, in the crowd as he just looks at it, the emptied mug, and just stands up, and you just hear everyone going, hey! And the,
I will say I
maiden-
still have the earmuffs one, so it's like all that's muffled. Like, oh.
The maiden gives you a little pat on the side of the head. Yes, been a while since someone's actually managed to not fall straight in their ass the first time they taste my husband's brew.
Well, everyone, have a drink.
And she just puts the hand before, just to let you know, there's only a certain amount of times you can fill a mug with this. You'll be able to fill it roughly 20 times, so 19 times. However, Roman, you have never felt more lighthearted. This is basically the high and the joy of having a massive drinking session, but without the heavy belly, without the pain in the head, without the I've got to get fried chicken.
Yeah, we're definitely taking this with us. This is great.
The barrel weighs 100 pounds.
Oh God.
I don't think we.
think the bag can hold that much.
I don't think
Yeah, I
you
don't
can.
think we can fit the
The
bag.
bag of holding can fit up to 500 pounds worth, but you need to manage your bag because I know your bag is heavy.
Our bag is very full at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless we can get a second bag.
I am never giving a party 2 bags of holding. No,
We
I've
need a
seen
second-
What about a
Jurassic.
bag of coding?
I've seen a Jurassic get killed with that shit. No,
What
What about a bag of coding?
a bag of noding.
Oh, a bag of wetting?
Noding, as in it's me going no.
We just have so much shit.
You just open the bag and it's just going no, 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 no. So, she goes, alright, so if you're going to have some Bugsmans, you're probably going to want something else as well as a lighter drink to help warm yourselves up. And a good bit of a feasting as well. So, she looks over, as you are the first to drink some Bugsman for the night, and for the week, and for the month, in fact. If you all want to feast like kings, 50 gold for all the drinks and all the food for the rest of the night. Pay up front and you lot will be covered.
I'll give her another 50.
It's not even just, she doesn't even get to finish, her hand is open, it's just a small bag of 50s just put into her hand. And she looks into it, and just, you can tell like she does what he did, the half orc behind the bar, but just fiddles straight through it like it's no one's business, or literally just lifts it all up and just drops it down. That's good, alright. And she snaps over, Darren, you're minding them all night. To which one of the younger dwarfs goes, right, you're all my watch, I'll get you covered. And at that point, the younger dwarf that had led you is, I'm probably going to be needed back very soon. And he looks over to the Bugsmans like, holy shit, that's Bugsmans.
You can have a drink if you'd want before you go back.
His eyes go white. I think it's shit.
Yes, go ahead. You
Doesn't
gave
even
us
wait
a
for-
nice
he
tour
doesn't-
today.
He doesn't even wait for the third time. He just straight in and just he just stops and just savors it as he's drinking. You know, it goes from this very quick few cups into a slow, and he just keeps going backwards and backwards and bang.
I think you just made his lifetime, mate.
Yeah. Yep. I did good today.
Well, it's only
This is where all that money came in
20
handy.
And his patience.
And at this point, he just like stumbles back up. Alright, I'll get to Citadel Fell. I'm going back. What way's back? That's what you get when you roll a 1.
Oh,
He was fucking pissed.
oh, he's going back to work.
Yep.
With the king.
Oh, he could get fired.
Yeah, we might have done a bad thing.
Whoopsie!
Oh, these are dwarves.
Your actions have consequences.
It was his decision, not
Yeah,
ours.
I asked
to
him if he
refuse
wanted
to
a drink. He said sure. And he went
Okay.
ahead.
While everyone's doing this in this very large and active and loud crowd, I would like everyone to make perception checks with disadvantage due to the commotion. Disadvantage, folks.
I'm not going to roll again.
Yeah, you don't need to roll again.
You're fine.
Says with disadvantage. Fuck it. I'm giving
Okay.
it
You actually
Excellent.
roll, I'll ask. What don't we see?
You don't know.
Don't we
What do
see?
I see?
Roman. Oh, you don't really see not Roman. You actually don't. Seriously.
Wow.
But as the night goes on, you reach down for one of your pouches and you go, "Oh yeah, I've got that one." As you're going to just like talk and make a deal with some people about a card game, and you reach down for one of your pouches as you lose a game of cards, and said, "All right, okay, it's 100 gold." You reach for one of your 100 gold pouches. That 100 gold pouch isn't there no more.
Oh.
Well, see, the thing is, I actually don't have my gold on me anymore because I put it in the bag of holding.
That is
I
true.
grabbed my money out of the bag of holding and put it on the bar.
That is true. After the Zorn tried to
Mhm.
steal his money, he put everything in the bag of holding.
Yeah. I said,
Okay,
no,
that was
I'm not
okay.
having my money fucking stolen again. I'm
Dang.
just gonna put it fucking in here where nobody fucking knows about it, except for me. And my party
The
members.
old Delmara trick.
Boom, boom, boom! Bitch!
Never mind then.
Pew, 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 pew!
Don't worry, Dash. You can steal my 200 copper if you really want.
I'm not trying to rob anything. Someone else is trying to rob everything. As the night continues, by the way.
DM's curtain slowly drops down.
Fuck off. I'm sleeping on the couch when I come over next. So as the night progresses, you eventually notice that there is a wood elf sat at the bar, currently handing over a letter to the maiden of the bar. The wood elf is this really rough, heavy cloak-looking individual, very thin, very lithe. This very like neck-high, like dark hair, very fair skin, with designs to their boots that are extravagant. Ash, they're not the same, but you recognize that the individual is wearing boots of springing, in fact, the same kind you were wearing. You were wearing a lot of dark and heavy clothes and a lot of a black hood and everything.
Is no one gonna react to the thing? Because I feel like we sort of passed over that.
What? The cloak?
The stuff in the corner.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea. I can't remember.
I didn't
What
notice
camera?
it.
It's eventually pointed out to you guys, and you clearly see Nemo's, Zero's all clothes.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
I push Varys forward.
What, towards clothes?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't want to
don't
do
know-
it.
What do you want me to do about it? It's just his clothes.
I don't know.
I'd leave him there for a second. I go to the bar to talk to
Okay,
the boss
you
lady.
hop up next to the wood elf that's currently just handed over a letter to him and is drinking a glass of water. And you just raise over to her and she just reads through this. Hang on, dear, I just had to check through this. Alright, that's all good. I'll write that up for you there, Fleet, and I'll send it back onto your way for them. As the elf is the wood elf's kind of glancing over to you now, Mr. High and brightly colored. Looks a bit like that. I hope you guys can see that now.
It's continuing
Oh,
Zelda
that's my
music.
back page.
There we go.
Hold on. Right,
Oh,
guys
that's
should-
a cool
Hell
outfit.
yes.
That's a cool
Right.
outfit.
Wait, I just backed out of 20. I'm an idiot.
I'm saving that
Stop
for future
goals.
reference.
Scarf
I
goals!
love that so much.
Well, whatever. Varus, what are you saying as you continue?
I'm gonna talk to the boss lady, and just be like, just gesture over to the leather armor on the seat and ask if she knows who left it. Like, did you see?
It was one of our patrons there from yesterday. He had gone upstairs for his resting area and he just hadn't come back down.
The short wood elf, standing at 4'8", looks over the
Of
cloak,
course.
looks at you, is like, and says, Oi, it's like one of those sun moon elf things. Oh, I've never seen you lot. If there's clothes there, well, I haven't seen anyone run around naked, so it's probably dead.
That's comforting.
You can
Also-
tell we were both fighting so hard to keep it back for so long.
Oh no, I kind of figured as soon as you said Wood Elf at the bar, I was like, okay, that's Nemo. Anyway,
I was in
think-
denial for
I
slightly
think
longer
we
than that,
all
but yes.
saw this coming, but it doesn't make it
Yes.
any easier.
Do not want.
Just turn to the wood elf and just sort of just shake my head right. I was not talking to you, wood elf, and I will head to where she said he was upstairs.
Basically, it's the other side of the.
Yeah.
Basically, you go out and you go back over, and then there's a two-section style with an interior wooden design, very Studio Ghibli. As you go in,
Just introduced him to Spirited Away.
it was amazing.
I will say, before everybody just kind of walks off and everything, I'll go, okay, he wants some of the ale, and basically have mugs ready to go. All right, Varys, yeah.
The wood
yeah,
elf suddenly
yeah,
raises her head and says,
I'm
"Oh,
okay.
I wouldn't mind some."
yeah, fuck it. I already gave it to the steward or whatever, so yeah, sure, why not? Here you go.
It's yours to give away.
As this is going on, Ashka is sort of sitting at a table and has probably ordered just typical whiskey and just sitting there trying to keep her head down from stares.
Right.
I'll
There
put,
are a few, by the way, few awkward glances, a few cursory glances toward Ashka as the night goes on from different locals, essentially. Like, okay, you can make an intimidation check.
This will not go well.
Or amazing.
This is going to go one of two ways. Arguably, both of them are bad.
Funnily enough, you never go in one way or the other.
Insult my girlfriend.
You better stay away from my girl.
Basically, a lot of people, you've noticed this, Glory, over the night. Some people have some in mild disgust, others in confusion or disdain towards Ashk. And you've started noticing it, and every time you do, you don't stop looking at the person until they realize you're glaring at them, and they kind of just like scour away more. So this are a lot of civilians, and you are heavily armored, and clearly not me taking.
And very tall in comparison.
Yeah, the stools are actually a bit cumbersome for you because your size and bulk. They are more designed for shorter people, so it's kind of like you're having to deal with what's almost a kiddie stool for you, but a heavy.
Well,
like Jeremy
Sitting-
Clarkson.
Sitting on a kid's stool, and a Glory sitting next to her, but her knees are up to her shoulders. Wait,
Not quite as bad. Not quite as bad. But close.
I will set 2 ales on their table for him.
The wood elf's gonna pull up a chair and sit next to Roman, and just sort of hold on to the cup and just sort of look around cautiously for a second.
You good?
Does she see anyone going to stop her or anything?
Also, Roman, you need to tell me every time you pour one mug from this, because currently you are those two, and then the elf as well. You were down to 16 charges.
Well, plus
Excuse me for a
the other
sec.
dwarf.
I'm not providing special
15.
defense or anything.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll keep track.
Oh,
of it.
and 14 because of Varys as well, because Varys got 1
Yeah.
point for him.
Wow, you've burnt through that very quickly.
Wow.
That's fine.
One's still sitting on the table because I've shot across to try and find out where Zero went.
And
You can
Kira
make an
cannot have any
investigation
because
check.
she's too young. Actually, you know what? Kira here, yeah.
I reach
So that is
forward and
13.
the mug is immediately taken off me by Glory. Oh,
And I'm gonna take it back and give it right back.
I mean,
I literally don't
Uh,
care.
Does anyone in the bar notice that I've been given a drink?
The maiden of the bar, the fair lady Buckman, is watching you intently. Aren't you supposed to be working?
It's last delivery for the day. And look over there, a bugbear.
She just has a crossbow pointed over towards you, leaning. Hey, look, and there isn't a bugbear. I'm shooting this at you, boy. Girl thing. There wasn't a bugbear.
I leave the cup there.
You don't need to mark one down for Kirok. Kirok won't drink one.
Okay.
And apparently you don't need to mark one down for the elf either.
Which one?
The wood elf.
No, it was poured. It is there.
Yeah. I'm
It
just
is
being
out
watched
of
by
the
somebody with
keg.
a crossbow.
Oh, so she's not drinking it. Grunk.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Ash, you make this with advantage. Glory, you also make one.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Hang on. I'm taking a drink and I'm taking this with advantage.
Correct.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
So, who are you lot then? Don't see your type round.
Both of you can roll 2d10. Roman, there is no additional effect, but it is
Yeah, I
delicious.
Yeah. I just wanted to have another sweet taste of that ale.
Dead ale.
That
I'm
ale.
rolling 1d10 as well.
2d10.
2d10.
Right. Okay.
And Dash, do I find anything?
She directs
Have
you
a- I'll
over,
ask around.
and you go for the room that he was last in. You investigate it. It's open. There's currently cleaners in there. A stout older gnomish lady who's just currently just tidying up in a way. Sorry, laddie. We'll only be having this room a bit free there in about 2 or 3 hours now. We're just doing a bit of a cleanup.
Do you know the previous occupant, where he went? How long he'd been gone?
He didn't say what he was going to at all now, but he left there about a day ago. I'm sorry, now I can be more of a help to you.
No.
He just rode out of the town,
Fine.
last we heard, on the back of a big old stack.
Oh.
A big old stag. Just made a poof out of nowhere and he just started riding off on top of it.
Yeah, that sounds like him actually. Okay. That's cool. And I'll slowly stroll back down.
And back down to you guys where this elf is trying to enforce themselves into the party.
Ashka sort of gives her a slight side eye, not in a sort of aggressive way, more in a way that she's keeping herself to herself. So
She surprisingly gives you a big beaming smile. She seems unfazed by tiefling. She actually seems more confused by elf.
Let's just say I'm a local. The name's Ashk of the First Legion.
Please
And
meet
she
you, Ash.
said-
I'm Fleet. That's what everyone calls me anyway.
Charmed.
You
Just-
look a bit local, but the rest of you is not so much.
The flame to my side is Glory.
gonna
And
nod.
sorry, I missed what you said there. Sorry.
I just kind of nod.
I'm actually just sitting at the bar doing doing my checking book, just make sure. Okay, did this, did that, and
I'm
this, did
currently
that.
more interested in watching for Varys to come back.
And
The,
here's your rich little...
The our little treasurer, shall we say, goes by the name of Roman.
Oh, treasure! You're like a company of some sort.
Something like that.
You ever
And
need
as
any
I'm taking a
messages?
swig, Ashka
I
takes a
do.
swig as
Deliver
well.
messages.
I'm sorry, Nemo, I keep missing what you're saying.
Sorry. I said, if you ever need any message delivered, that's what I do. I deliver messages.
Good to know. And Ashka just sort of takes another swig, just trying to keep herself to herself. Continues introducing everyone in a hushed tone. I suppose you've noticed our Angelas.
Who in the what now? Why is your bird blue?
Eh? I wasn't listening. What?
Why are you blue?
Why aren't you blue?
I don't know.
Well,
I never asked.
It's
Well-
cute.
She had a bad. It was just a bad day. Purple, blue paint just kind of fell off a building. Kind of just got all over. Couldn't get it out.
it was not paint.
Did you guys do that at one point?
We did,
Yes.
It did happen, but it wasn't blue.
yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that was red paint.
Yeah, I think.
No,
you're-
it was white paint and one blue feather stuck out.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's just say that our Angelas has a knack for the arcane.
Oh yeah, and Fleet, I need you to make a constitution saving throw as well.
I was waiting for you to do that.
What?
And Fleet, you'll be making this a disadvantage.
Oh my god!
Would have had a nat 20, but
Well, here's the
Could have had
thing.
it all.
Well, here's the thing. You guys realize this as she starts chugging, her hands barely covering over the mug. She's very young looking. Like, this is a young teen. And she's very thin and an elf that just starting to chug Bugsman.
She's
Hey,
also
maybe
like
don't
4'8",
do that.
by the way.
Yeah, she's small and very thin, very young, and is now on her ass. You currently have the
point.
effects of exhaustion in regards to the fact that you can't of level 3, but not of a negative in the it will fade. It's not like you have to spend 3 days recovering. But
She just
you
goes,
currently
"Oh,
have your,
shit."
you currently
Falls
have your
down.
movement speed reduced by half. You only have disadvantage on all attack rolls and all ability checks and all saving throws. You are
She is on the floor giggling.
At this
Yeah,
point, I'll walk back in.
You all just hear this, what can only be described as because the mug is still over the top of her face.
Varys, I think your expertise is needed here.
I'm just gonna walk back in and sit down and just chug the cup that I left on the table.
Okay,
That
Constitution
was
saving
filled up
throw.
with.
Varys,
Just enough. DC 10. 2d10.
and then
Excuse
this
me.
effect lasts for 24 hours. Then.
You don't know.
Okay.
I feel kind of bad, so I'm gonna just help.
You just look
help,
down and
like,
go-
please, just kind of even just get like leaning on the table.
She's
Both
just,
Ash-
she's just
basically,
giggling the whole time.
to give you
she
an
just won't
idea-
stop.
To give you guys an idea, you're both kind of just sat at a table by yourselves. She pulled up a chair next to you both. It's between you two because you're on either side of it. Drank, fell backwards. You both looked at each other like, oh god, we've adopted another one. And both leaned down to help pick her up.
You say that, but that's literally what I thought.
Fuck, I got another one to take care of.
Shit, it's an actual child this time.
Girls, we have another one! What
When will it end?
Well, it's not like you've asked her age or anything, so you don't know.
No, they look at you.
Yeah.
Well,
By
I figured-
Disney,
Sorry,
That's the
can't
very
elves very
thing.
well, but even she can tell you're a
That's
tiny
the
person.
worrying thing.
all I know is that
You know,
it's going to be
I
hard
would-
to beat Kirok in that regard.
See, the thing is, I figured, okay, they're just sitting at a bar. They're probably old enough to drink. Sure, here you go.
glass of water, guys. Glass of water.
I clocked the glass.
I did not hear that part.
I clocked the glass of water.
Yeah, I did not hear that part.
She sits up with the thing and she takes out her thieves' tools and starts playing with them like, oh, shiny, shiny.
And just begins laughing until she hits her head off the table, just like giggling
I
as
kinda-
she continues to fiddle.
I look over to the bar lady and just be like, does she stay somewhere?
I'm an urchin. I live on the street.
Oh dear.
Sometimes she's able to afford renting a room, sometimes she just gets herself her food. Wherever she does go, she goes really fast.
It's warm in the forge. It's on lava and the dwarves. It's like a bangy bangy bang. She is pissed off off a rocker.
She's out of it.
Ash,
She's
we need
got-
to get this going.
Yeah, I just look
She-
at her and then I
That
look at
sounds like
Gloria
a
and I go,
plan.
I like her.
Of course you do. Gloria looks like she's gonna have an aneurysm.
Which is hard to tell. Basically, it's like everything goes deep red. It's bright red, now it's deep red.
I'm actually having a drink while this is happening.
She's actually looking at Kraus,
I'm
just like,
actually in character.
she actually looks at Kraus, just like, so what kind of hoity-toity elf are you?
Just look down and
You
just
look so impressed.
sigh heavily.
Also, Varys,
Varys
even
looks displeased.
even
about
even
something
with
about
even with
this,
your displeasement, you can't help but giggle. Not at the fact of what she's doing, but the fact that the Bugsman's Ale is just it's like being out in the sun after having a really shit week. It is just refreshing.
Ooh, doesn't he speak common? I speak elf. Let me think. And she says this next part in elf, so only people who speak elvish will understand this.
Drunk
She
Elvin.
says, she says, my hovercraft is full of eels.
Hey!
And then just sort of gives you a thumbs up.
What's a hovercraft?
Do you ask this in elvish, or?
Bless you. I had to look
Yeah.
that up. God bless you, sir.
If you say that in elvish, she says,
I got
yeah,
the reference.
sure, in common.
Make an insight check, Varys.
I would like
And
to ask
she leans
the.
over and whispers to Kirak, like, it's an elvish greeting.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Thank
hello.
you.
Hello.
Hello, cat.
Varys, most
Hello.
importantly, that's basically what she's just done. She's kind of just trying to lean over quietly to you, but she's done the drunk thing of taking up half the table and is looking straight at you as if nobody can notice me. But Varys, you can tell she's trying to speak Elvish, but she can't. It is the most butchered Elvish. You've heard orcs speak Elvish. This is worse.
Okay.
I will ask the bar lady. So how long does the effect from or the feeling that you get from drinking the brew last usually?
Some people describe that until they finish a great battle, that only then. Others feel like it's just after they wake up in the morning. Some it's the moment they go take a piss.
Right.
The cat's
Okay.
judging me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why is that cat so
I pull-
She's
judgmental?
sitting on my phone.
Pour a mug for the cat.
Why have you sat on the desk? You never do this. Normally you just walk over it and then go away after a while.
We
This is
can
a
now
tangent.
see that Blue has changed to a tabaxi.
Like literally, it was just a pop. Just
Fuck you, Sin! That cat ready to kick my
We
ass.
pour a mug.
Moving on.
We pour a mug of the brew for the cat.
I'm sorry, I'm just
She-
thinking of
she
the
points at-
Persona references, and only Nemo would actually know.
Fanakala is keeping us company.
She points at Krauser, although she seems to be having trouble deciding where he is exactly, as he seems to be. But she wobbly points at him and says, I bet you're slow.
Mirror image.
Do you cast mirror image?
No.
Please do, that would be hilarious.
I don't prepare it. I'm not prepared, so I would if I did.
Prepare your shit better, damn it. That's 2 times in the city. That's 2 times mirror image would be good in the city for you, and you didn't prepare it.
Slow.
Why are you,
Just look over.
Sky Elf, so slow?
Just look over. It's female, right? This elf.
Looks
Or
it.
is it male? Female.
looks
How old are you, girl?
I am, and she starts counting on her fingers, and then she realizes she's run out of fingers and giggles about it for a while. She says, I am 14!
That's impressive. Oh, hello again.
She's a fucking baby.
Hey,
Varys,
you
you
said
now
it about
understand.
me, and I'm not a
Varys,
baby.
you understand that now about elves? You don't reach maturity till your 50s usually.
I'm 187.
Yeah.
so-
Your 50s is literally your teens. This is quite literally a toddler that just got handed a mug of vodka.
Cyrus is a dad.
You are the father.
Number one. Why the fuck? Excuse my French. Why the fuck are you in a
you
pub?
swore.
Number two. You're not slow. I could beat you in a race.
Yes, you are.
I mean,
Oh, no, you couldn't.
he's pretty quick.
I doubt it. What else are always quicker than the whatchamacallit elves?
Should we make a bet?
Varys,
Varys
not
don't.
well. She's like this.
I just got I
Going
got
to bet with a toddler by your standard.
I just
Who
got
is
paid from
also
Papa
drunk.
for delivering the message. So yes, I will race you when I can stand up.
Because she tries to stand up, and it's like one of those like
She has
I can
common
do this.
sense.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Suddenly, just bang as her head hits the table. Jesus,
Drunk.
Okay. Bedtime for this one, I think.
Sleep? Can you actually sleep?
K.O.
Well,
She's
You
not
know what
asleep,
I mean.
she's unconscious.
Okay.
There is a difference.
I try and gesture to one of the to the female dwarf currently at the bar, and I whisper to her, how much is it for a room for this one? I think she's had a little bit too much for her age, if you get my meaning.
Well, you can all book out a. We have a 6-bedroom if you want to book it out.
Sure.
That sounds
It's
like
got-
a plan.
It's got 2 doubles and it's got 3 singles. Oh.
That sounds like a plan, and yeah, can you also bring over a glass of water for this one?
Oh no, I'm gonna have a keg of water next to this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe a bucket.
That's probably sounds wise.
Don't worry, we have a specific bed in each room for the drunk. That one person who just cannot stop. And she didn't even get to start. Just past the head, and she just hear, no, I know Jello.
So am I getting this one then as well?
How much?
15 gold for the lot of yous for the night.
Pull out
Okay.
my book again. Just
I
okay.
thought the 50
15
gold covered rooms.
No, that was for food and
Oh,
drink.
okay.
Yeah, that was not for bed and board.
Don't worry. Women up on this one. And I'll just put 15 gold down.
I started erasing it from my fucking book as I just started writing it in.
I just you just erase one one letter and you take back one coin. My money.
I have thieves' tools still splattered all over the table.
I'll like. Him
Some of
up.
these lockpicks and everything are just like stuck. Like one's kind of gotten up her nose a bit. Whenever she breathes in,
dear.
it goes up a bit and then back out, up a bit, back out.
I want to
I'm
have
picking something.
yeah, that she has a nose for the job, but
Quack, quack, quack.
I can't believe we both went for bad puns.
Right.
As you guys are continuing your festives and more or less are watching this one that you kind of tucked into a corner, there are dwarves that are currently doing card games. There are dwarves that are doing arm wrestling competitions, and there's a single figure in the corner, hooded, a large figure, currently shuffling a deck of cards. Has a few little things out around them on the table. They kind of got this sort of a 3/4, this quarter kind of table set up in the middle for the back of the. So essentially, they're in a corner, and their table kind of goes to match the corner, and they're just
like
sat
a
there with
croupier
two,
table.
kinda, and they've got 2 bigger, burlier individuals on either side of them. It's just a
Okay.
small incense burning in front of them.
Is it like
Why
a
am I getting it?
like a blackjack table kind of thing?
Not really, and
Uh,
you could say that for
It's
the
not like-
sense of it. It looks like it, but
Okay.
do you recognize the 2 burly people on either side?
oh, I do.
Yep.
Oh, god
Varys-
damn it.
Yeah.
Is it the two
Yeah.
birdie people
Oh,
from now
I
on?
figured. Varys, did you find anything?
Is it... Find anything? What? What do you mean?
You went
You
upstairs, Varys.
Hello.
And the look in your eyes tells me.
Shut up, guys!
something.
Go away!
Shut
Shut the door!
Close the door! Close the door! Oh no, we've lost you
It
It
now.
wouldn't be a
Seconds
stream if
to
we
the
weren't
double move
humiliating our
armor.
friends in front of people.
Excellent. I love it. Give me more.
There
Are we
was...
having a commercial break until Blue comes back?
I mean, I didn't hear what you said.
Game tea.
Game tea, game tea, game tea, game tea. I've been using this on my lips all night. Game tea, game tea, game tea. Smell like blueberry.
What?
She probably still has their headphones on, guys. She can hear you. Welcome back to this clusterfuck of
And
whatever
the
the
door is
shit.
closed.
I really wanted to see like 6 locks up on the door.
Leave
Like,
this
yeah,
place.
she's now like away from the camera all of a sudden, just.
She just came back from a meal.
Right.
Yeah.
Where were we?
I was asking you if you'd found anything upstairs.
Yes, and I was asking by the look in your eye
Yes,
that you found something.
He's long gone. He's gone.
Very well. His actions are his own.
Flat feathers.
That
Hey, Kirok. Isn't that one of our old friends in the corner over there?
Huh?
So we go say hi.
As you are now looking over, you realize the hands are very large and very long, with very long nails, something that you do recognize.
So we go say hi.
I guess.
I'm already walking.
I'm going with them this time. Last time I left
Oh, I'm
Monster,
going.
guys, it didn't end well.
Fine.
I'm just
gonna
gonna
go take a
watch
seat.
and be the equivalent of their bodyguards.
Keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Varys.
Friend.
I'm gonna
No,
walk
he's
over,
not
Anyway,
tap
There
those
is only so
guys
much
on the
I
back,
can do.
going, "Hey boys, how you doing?"
Friend.
You hit their lower thigh.
Yeah, that's fine.
These
Hey
guys
boys, how
are
you doing?
like, you guys are like 8
His
foot
face
tall.
planted to his thigh.
It's like hands up against the thighs, and as you basically go to each one of them on either side before kind of looking over the top of the table until a chair just sits up behind you, and whoop, 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 you're into position.
Ah, there we go.
Hello, dearie. It's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you again. I wanted to thank you for the ring. It's actually been very useful.
Good, good. It's always good to know that my investments work out quite well. Yes, it's quite excellent.
I'm like, do I have to do anything for her? No, right?
So, have you found anything in regards to that heart I asked for?
No, not yet, actually.
Found nothing of worth yet, have you, for it?
No, not yet.
I do
Yeah.
require that dragon heart. You don't have to worry, you didn't promise. It's more of a, you kept a lookout. If you didn't see one, that's fine.
Yeah, we've been traveling through the Underdark for the last week, I think. Week and a half.
Oh, the
So,
Underdark.
not really many
I
dragons down
haven't
there.
been there in a long time. Oh, there's a few down there if you go to the right places.
Well, yeah, we didn't want to go straying too far, you know.
Okay. Very well, very well, very well. And she's currently shuffling a deck of cards. I've been quite busy lately, and just looking at the deck itself. I'm quite curious. Would you mind drawing a card? I want to see if this magic trick works.
Oh no!
I I'll do
No,
it.
thank you.
I grab a fucking card. Fuck it.
You grab a card.
I'm closing my eyes. Just
I'll do it.
I'm just looking at the deck of cards on my desk, being like, please no.
No, I think it's
If I stare at it hard enough,
Okay.
I have a feeling.
I have many a bad feeling.
Can we both pull
Oh.
one out, or is it just one of us?
I have more than a feeling.
I'm just hoping it's not it's the better deck and not the the bad one.
Roll a d20.
TPK and a threat.
And it's only Roman. It's
Aw.
only Roman.
That's the 12.
I've never been more scared in my entire life.
Weirdly,
Yeah, no.
I'm quite relaxed in this situation, to be honest.
My jaw is.
Oh, in character,
Blocking out.
Glory doesn't have a fucking
Oh,
clue,
God.
but I'm terrified.
Guys are panicking over nothing.
It's not me pulling the cards. I'm not.
Or the tower. If he pulls out the tower, I'm terrified.
You don't know what deck of cards it is.
Hmm.
Guys are panicking over nothing.
Suddenly, Strahd.
Says you.
That's not a thing.
He says.
Fog starts coming from everywhere.
Suddenly you're the DM, roll initiative. Can you imagine that if you change DM mid-session?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh
I
my
could
There's a rule set
God.
for that. There's a rule set for that. But do you really want me and Dash tag teaming?
No,
That's
no,
what I
not
meant.
really.
Really fucking not know.
You guys see as he pulls out a card, it has an older man with a large, bizarre hat, almost like it's a part of a lamp that's been left up with these bright red robes and this thick black inline. He sat over on drapes, speaking to someone off of the design of the card. And you flick it and you look at it, and as you look, it just disappears. Roman, I would like you to come into DM Whisper.
Ooh. I'm sure it's fine.
So,
I
game
think
tea,
the card
everybody.
he's described was the Hermit. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means in D&D terms. And
No.
I know what game team means.
I know what the
It's
Hermit means.
Yeah,
the
I
card.
know. Yeah, I know
gaming
what's-
merchandise need.
Yeah. Before you all have a panic, I had a big suspicion that rather than it being the deck of many things, this is a
Yeah.
Tarocca deck, which
Yeah.
is essentially
A
tarot
tarot card.
readings in D&D.
Okay.
Well, she read our fortunes before, right?
Yeah, she's a fortune
Shit.
teller, so that's why
I
I was
have
like,
both of your fortunes are written down in explicit detail in my
That
book,
I remember the Winged Doom or something.
but it wasn't this deck.
See, I've played far too much Persona recently, so there's
Yeah.
like too many card things going through my head right
I
now.
need you to
Yeah.
remind me of what mine was, Curls, because I've totally forgotten.
I will send
they
you
went-
the full transcript essentially.
They just went off camera, so we couldn't even see.
Okay.
It's been showing
A Grim Reaper appears before it. No, I'm just-
Don't
very
you
funny.
even.
you say that, but I could just do that if I felt like it.
No, you wouldn't.
Would I not? You
Don't,
sure
don't,
about
don't tempt him, please.
You sure about
It's
that?
fine.
She does still have the deck out.
I'm teasing him. It's fine.
She does take the card. That's an interesting one. We'll see what happens with you in the future. Well, that certainly does work. And she looks around. Would anyone else like to try their hand?
Okay.
You reach, you take a card. Roll a d20.
This has never gone wrong. An 18.
I'm just keeping an eye on Fleet at the moment. Just making sure she doesn't hurt herself.
Gloria's just thinking, gambling's never gone well for me in the past.
In her sleep, she says in Elvish, "I will not buy this record. It is scratched."
Hey.
That's all becoming a good face.
That's really not a good face.
No. That's what did I say? This never ends badly.
I will not buy this record. It is
Oh.
scratched.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you know I have a list of my own as to what number is associated to what card. Before anything else gets said, done, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I did not expect you to draw that card.
Never make assumptions in D&D.
Suddenly, Kirok turns blue.
Oh no, what will I do?
Just suddenly blue turns blue.
In real life, she turns blue. I'd love to give you that one out of hilarity.
Why
but it's not
is your
real.
human blue?
Deep the shade of blue, and there's nothing I can do.
I didn't expect you to draw this card. What a stupid thing to say.
I could give you something else if you'd like.
I don't know what it is, sir. It's D&D.
You pull out a card, and it is an angry-faced bright sun, which just immediately and disintegrates out of your hand. There's a problem with this that I'll explain in a minute, but it's why it's taking so long.
Okay.
Not a bad thing, but a challenge on my part. Oh,
By the way, since
Very easy. That's one very easy way to solve this. Kirok, from your bag, every bird figurine you take has just floated up and begins spiraling together and lands as this rainbow-colored owl that's onto your shoulder. You now have the wondrous figurine, but instead of it being a... How would I describe this? Serpentine owl?
Yeah,
it is now
the current figures I have are a green owl, an iron owl, an amethyst owl, and then I've got a wooden cat, mouse, and lion. Are all the figures that Kirok has.
So, the owls, the iron...
did you
and all
count
the
the one
others.
that Zero made for you?
Yeah, that's the amethyst one.
They all twist together. You now have an iron, amethyst, and wooden owl combined together into this. It is now, and it now is active, moving around and floating around you, going. Woo, woo, woo. As you now have essentially the a combined assortment of the serpentine owl. It is a giant owl. It can be a giant owl for up to 8 hours, and can telepathically communicate you at any range so long as you are within the same plane of existence. Lasts for 8 hours and cannot be used for 2 days thereafter. You also gain 50,000 experience.
What? What?
That's the sun. And see, the thing is, I specifically make a note of it. The cards drawn, the wondrous item given, must be beneficial. So I chose something I knew you'd want.
I mean, yeah.
You drew the sun. You gain 50,000 experience and a wondrous item which the DM determines it appears in your hand.
Well, I think that's a level up for
I
you.
think I just went straight up another level.
I
Hang
think
on,
that's level 10.
I gotta get the. Oh my god.
Hold on,
Hang
I
on,
got
I
it.
wrote down.
up.
I wrote down.
I got it right
It
here.
was 64.
For
yeah,
level
I'm
10
pretty
is
sure
64.
that's gonna be a level up.
And you got 50,000,
You definitely leveled.
so it'd be
Be careful, you might have leveled
It leveled
twice.
up once.
because everybody has 48,000 currently, yeah.
I don't think so.
Basically, to
What's
give you an
level?
idea, this really
level?
annoyed me
1,000.
because you both rolled...
98,000, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a subtle hint. You both rolled even numbers. That's a good thing.
Ah. Yeah, no. Blue, you
The
have
uneven
leveled up,
number is the fun cards.
Blue, you have leveled up twice, and are 5,000 away from another level up.
Congratulations, you're level 11.
You're level 11?
What the What is happening?
In a stunning turn of events, Kirok is now the strongest member of the party.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh my god.
Congratulations.
Sorry, actually, I was wrong. You're not. You're 2,000 off from another level. I should say, sorry. Not 500, or not 5,000.
So you're
off.
now level 11, and that'd be closer to level 12.
Yeah, I have 98,000 experience.
Yep.
Yeah, you just ate 2 rare candies.
Well, and then we got to 97%.
Okay. For flavour, I'm gonna put in my inventory that I have a rainbow owl figurine.
I was gonna say rainbow, but like it doesn't really match for the colors, but we'll say it's rainbow. Because now it matches your rock.
Well, we've got green, iron, and amethyst, so that's a variety of colours. But Rainbow
It is a bright color.
Rainbow is Kirok's theme, so we'll go with rainbow.
We'll say it's basically like that because it's essentially for you. It is your teeny tiny.
Except it's giant.
Well, compared to. Which I can only say in that way because that's the proper pronunciation.
Yeah.
So you can have fun with that for a while.
Yeah, you guys can go have fun. I need to do all my level up.
Fuck.
As
No, I'm gonna draw a card.
you try to draw a card.
Oh,
If you'll let
20!
me.
This is where he rolls an odd number.
I don't even care. I don't even care if it goes bad. Yeah, bring it.
oh god.
Well, Barris.
Yep.
Give me 5 minutes. I need to look at something.
Oh my god.
Can I luck roll this?
No.
Yeah, because it's not a ability
This
check or...
is not.
Uh,
This is hilarious. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. I would be considered another bastard for this, because that's the number. That is the number.
Speed leveling?
Nope.
race change.
Watch as the ring, the helmet, and every other piece of magical equipment you have
Oh, I know which card you drew.
disintegrates off of you, and the sword vanishes.
You drew the. Oh no.
You drew the talons.
Hmm.
I am so sorry.
Hmm.
Good thing that sword wasn't important.
Just look at my hands. Just look down. Look underneath the table.
She just smiles at you. Well, isn't that a shame? And she just puts the cards away, and you can now see that she's currently just leaning over, and there is a beautiful long katana that's just at her side. If only I had someone who would love to buy this.
You son of a bitch.
She's just smiling at you right now. You chose to draw a card.
I'm
She's
just
just
gonna roll
cleaning her
something.
nails. What are you rolling? You have to tell me first. Is this
It's-
I'm gonna do something stupid?
I'm gonna do something stupid. Let's say. Alright, I've got DC in my head.
Tell me the DC.
It was 12, but it's fine. Fuck.
This is a lovely sword, which currently has a nice bounty on it.
I've got my
I-
spellbook still, right?
You still got the spell book, because the book is not magical.
Oh.
What you read from it is magical, but it itself is not magical. That would have sucked. But basically, your wand of magic missile, your ring of protection. I'm just going to go back to this because I need to look at your items. Your ring of protection, your wand of magic missile, your crystal ball,
Mm.
your
Effectively, it's my sword, my helmet, my ring, which were the 3 attuned items.
and
Then
the crystal ball.
as well.
What's the crystal ball in the bag of holding?
Mm.
Because you couldn't attune to it at the
Oh,
same time
no,
as
I-
everything else. Did you keep it in the bag or did you have it?
I gave it to to 0, and he would have gave it back to me after he used it.
Yeah.
He left everything down, and
All
then
of
it was
zero
put in the
stuff's
bag of holding. Yeah.
Oh, then
Yeah.
it would be in the bag. of
So-
holding,
So I'm trying to be like, can I save you somewhere? Can I save you somewhere?
Just be glad you weren't holding the bag of holding.
Yeah. That'd have been fun for me. It's like,
Just be glad Troy's a little bit too sensible for this.
yeah, good. The deck has been taken away, and oh, by the way, all your scrolls are gone too. The scroll ascending, fire, water breathing, darkness, dispel magic, fly.
Technically, are the scrolls magical? Because what you actually read from is actually magical, just like
no,
the book?
no, like it's
Oh.
no. See, that's me trying to save his book.
Okay, alright.
I-
I figured I'd check! I'm just saying.
So Varys,
But anyway.
She's smiling at you with the sword, just like now actually holding it over her. She's now examining it, and the table's about 5 feet across from where you are. And both guards have kind of stepped forward a little bit, glaring at you. Well, it wouldn't be too bad if... Well, see, here's the wonderful thing. This sword has a very high price on it right now, as someone wants it back. What would I ever do if someone wanted to trade it with me first?
Name your price.
She looks over your hand and looks over towards the party. Somewhere on the lines of, for such a legendary artifact like this, 10,000 gold sounds quite nice. Just because I like you, instead of making it the 50,000 I got offered.
By the way, while he's considering this, how long would a elf be unconscious, being they only sleep for 4 hours?
Well, elves are not naturally attuned to surviving bugsmen.
That's true.
You're out. Basically, you have to... Not only are you asleep currently, but you have to be shaken awake by someone else. And then you're going to be a groggy mess. Okay, I'm so sorry, man, but that just happens. Thankfully, it was not a 20, because just like a 1, 20 and a 1 of mine are... That would have been the void. Give you an idea, if you were this close to a black card spells disaster, your soul would be drawn from your body and contained in an object in a place of the DM's control with one or more powerful beings guarding the place. While the soul is trapped, the body is incapacitated, and a wish spell cannot restore your soul, but the spell reveals the location of the object that it holds. So yeah, that was close. So she's currently making the request of 10,000 gold for Inazuma.
I pull out 10 Erinya's feathers.
And she looks up, and she just takes one from you and just looks at it. Like brushes it across her nose, this long, crooked nose just underneath, and just sniffs it. Oh, that is a... We'll say that you could, if you gave me all those, I'd leave you one as a trinket, but if you gave me the rest, I'll say I'd be able to barter off 1,000 of that.
10 feathers on the table. Done.
All 10? What about your own? You said you could keep one.
I've got more than 10. 10 is just how many I pulled out.
Smart girl. She takes the 10. Oh, that's 1,000. Those will be lovely. I'll have a lovely talk with that one later.
Stay
And she
away
actually-
from me, because I don't think she likes me.
Oh, I know she doesn't. I just smelled this and I know she doesn't. But don't worry, my dear. I'll make sure someone like that doesn't bother someone like you. And just gives you a nice little pat on the hand. And it's just your little hand over her massive, almost claw. You're a good one.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to have to deal with, unscrupulous sorts.
Thank you.
Oh, 9,000 now.
I'll give you some other magical items in trade.
Well, my dear, you kind of don't have any
Glory.
on you.
She does. Let's look over at Glory.
Glory is just like the look she's giving Barris is the most sorrowful, like, oh my dude kind of look.
My poor child.
She's like,
You done fucked up.
I translate. I'm game.
there's a
To be
lesson
fair,
here
so would
about
have I.
gambling.
Fair, so what have I?
I couldn't not. After them 2 level ups, I was like, I've got to take it. I've got to take that risk.
Well, good news. You wouldn't have been able to draw that card.
Oh, I know.
That's fun.
Don't mind me.
So we've got an array of magical shit that you might like.
Tell me more. Tell me more. I'm so curious.
Yeah, that's what popped in my head too.
Magical shit.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Hey Guys, I've only got above 50 HP.
How about this lovely staff with a spider staff at the
If we
back?
had a bard, they'd be playing the
Tiniest
generation.
violin in the world.
No, the generation game conveyor belt
yeah.
music.
I suppose I should link this in the chat as it is fair to do so. That's the card you drew.
So
Yep.
Awesome.
yeah, I'll put out the spider staff. How much?
She reaches over to take the staff from you to examine it. Takes it, looks over it. Ah, a dark soul once held this.
Where did she put the sword while she's looking at the staff?
She just reaches over. As she reaches over at you, reaches over towards it. The sword, basically, it's like one of those things where the hand moves, the sword is no longer in the position. But when she takes her hand back, is then rested in her arm again. Because whenever her armor is out, it's gone. Once it's back, it's there. And she's just
That's
examining over the staff.
Awesome.
That's an
Ash.
interesting. I'd say for something like this, for its spells. Oh, would it be fair to knock off another 750?
That's at least another grand.
Tipper, you're in no position to bargain. I could just leave right now and take your sword. And get 5,000, 50,000 even. The original owner really wants it back.
It's taunting me, I don't like it.
Yes.
Oh, but I love it. That's the difference, my dear. My dear Varus Valorin.
That's all right. You've got a race coming up. Maybe you can win some money back.
You read my fortune once.
I did.
I've come to learn a few things about that fortune. One of which is linked to that sword. If you take that sword to me, your fortune doesn't come true. You're a fraud.
At the time. You need to
You'll be known as
remember.
a fraud across the land.
You think people don't already presume me a con? You're adorable, boy. She just reaches out and just finger boops you on the nose. This is the longest point. Just. You need to remember. That's why no one comes up to me before you do. No one comes near me out of common sense.
Oh, I can see why.
It's almost like I look slightly dodgy.
Slightly.
I'm making another wisdom save. I'm doing another 12. Sweet. That was really good.
At this point, both guys have their hands on these big. Basically, they have their arms reach over like they're at the back of their neck, but they're holding two big clubs.
Varus, I don't want to start a fight in the middle of a dwarven city.
That one wasn't for the fight. Kels. The first one was for the fight. This one was for all or nothing. Do I draw another card?
The hand is taking a.
It can
And-
get worse.
She looks at you. Oh my dear.
Don't
it
push
gets
your luck, dude.
so bad. This could be interesting though. I tell you what. You draw something and I like it. Or it entertains me, one of the two. Then I'll give you back your sword. How does that sound, dear?
Gambling, Varus.
Did you? Is that you drawing? 'Cause she kept the hand away. Like she didn't agree to that yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, ignore that.
No.
Sure.
No, you don't get to draw again. That's your
Hmm.
draw.
Well, that's me trying to draw. If she let me draw, that's my draw.
She resets a hand. You draw.
I rolled for this, guys. Don't.
Although it would be so much useful later. I think I might.
If only there was a generous no.
Oh, I can't hear you anyway.
So
Sorry?
what you see
I
is
ain't
you
got that kind
draw-
of money now.
You draw a card. The card is of a serpentine woman with a long tail, with snakes for hair, and a long bow, and quiver to her
Oh,
side,
nice. Yeah, petrified.
looking off in
Sweet.
distance. As the card disappears, you feel this agonizing pain in the back of your head
Yeah.
as the curse
This is-
takes
Sweet.
hold. You have a minus 2
petrified.
penalty. You have a minus 2 penalty to all your saving throws. Only a god or the magics of the fate card can remove this.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Take a
Nice.
chance and roll the
Point.
dice. Ride with the moon in the dead of night.
Did you enjoy that? Was that card enjoyable for you, madam?
We'll say it took 2,000 off. You still need to pay up
Put me
here,
down.
boy.
7. I put out 4 large gems from my bag. That's another 4,000.
So you have the 1,000 from
Alright.
the
No, me personally
feathers.
had
No, I'm doing the math of what's
Oh,
been offered. 750 from the staff, 1,000 from the feathers, 4,000, and then that's 6,000 from those two, 1,000 from that, 7,750. You still need another 2,250.
I don't
How
know.
much?
2,250.
I had 4 grand.
You had 4 in, plus the
4
2,000.
grand. That puts down to 3. That's 6. Just 3 250.
You got two diamonds that are
No,
worth
no.
1,000 each.
So what happened was the feathers were put in. That's 1,000.
Oh, yeah, the 1,000 for the card, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not trying to fuck you over. You just keep drawing. By the way, at this point, she's taken the deck away. She's just put it under her sleeve. That's most of the bad ones gone. I'll be sure to use that later now. Thank you.
Thanks.
But yeah, there's
You now clock it that she's basically using you as a dummy. You all as dummies to get rid of the bad cards.
That works.
There is enough
Definitely
in the
work.
bag now. Okay.
I put a white dragon scale on the table.
This is one from White Fang the Entomber.
Yes.
He takes the scale up, looks at it, gives it a quick on the side. We'll say that's another 250. We'll make this a nice little 2,000 more you have to do. These reagents are quite lovely, by the way, my dears. I'm sure to have quite fun with them.
I like to collect things.
So do I. So then, 2,000 more. Girls. The face of a desperate man. Very true. It's funny because he's desperate.
Out of character. Okay, if you need to take the gems out of the bag, just pay it in gems. Because we have it in gems.
Yeah,
Let's
'cause
take
there's-
gems or petrol.
Roman, what's currently in your
Petrol.
pockets?
Other than
His hands.
yeah. Actually, there isn't anything in my pockets because there's nothing
No
that can
weapons
fit in
or
my
anything?
pockets. No,
Hey, I'm
because
so sorry, man, but that's just what happens.
because my pockets don't hold
Oh.
because my pants
Ah,
pockets don't hold my
that's fine.
weapons.
I do feel bad for you, Kay, but it's like, you rolled twice.
I'm game. I'll just give it 2 grand out of the bag holder.
Yeah, in gems?
No, just actual gold. See, so that
Okay. Just hand it over, it gets counted out, and the sword gets put back over to your side. Do be more careful with that, my dear. It's almost like you're a man with nothing without it. She just smiles and just puts everything, just slides it in. It all just goes down, and you just hear a big cling, 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 cling as it all just begins falling. Just tighten something up on the side of her. Now then, my dear, you're not getting any more
I'll
cards
take
off me.
I'll take the sword and walk off. Up to the room that we bought, and I'm off.
That's all, sleep tight. Don't let the Medusa by. And she just leans over again to Kirok and just gives her a little pat. Do take care now, dearie. You're quite lovely. And so are you, little one. And just pats Roman. Ta-ta now. And she just waves goodbye, and as she waves, she just begins fading as do the two men next to her, and she just disappears out of the bar.
Oh my god. I so want to use the thing I got, but at the same time, I feel like it'd be just a waste.
I feel tingly.
I'm gonna look at them two and go, there is a lesson here about gambling. I believe those are best learned the hard way, and I think Varys just did. Right.
Well, you see, I'm a good gambler.
I didn't realise we were gambling.
There's only a good gambler until you lose. Right.
Yeah, and I haven't lost yet, and that's probably where I'm gonna stop.
Look at Kay's girlfriend. It's just like support, give the poor man more support.
She doesn't know what happened.
Aw.
She's just giving hugs for whatever.
I'm waiting for him to just mouth, "He fucked me." He fucked me brutally in front of people.
Meanwhile, in the Edgeco chat.
Oh,
No.
right.
Oh god, 71 notifications.
I ain't even looking at Skype, right.
Long story short, I just went into the Edgeco chat in all caps and went, "Hello, naughty children, deck of many things time."
Right. Get out
I
of the
love
car
it as
before we
well.
make any more fucking mistakes.
Okay, as you
time is
all
it?
proceed up, it's
I'm
getting
gonna ask-
late. It's getting
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Sleep.
I'm gonna ask the barmaid. Is there any way that I could put the rest of my barrel on like storage?
Sure,
Like,
lass. Sure, laddie. We'll just toss it away for a bit, and we'll just know it's your one, and we'll just give it a little mark. He just takes out a little bit of a wool thing.
do you actually? No, I was gonna go. Do you actually have a paintbrush and some paint I could do?
Not with Bugmans. And she takes out this
Okay.
like wool sleeving and just sits it over the top, and just like covers and just entirely like fastens down the thing. But this one over the like the outside of it, the exterior, and just writes onto it Roman number and
Oh, I
very
wanted to-
very fine thing.
I wanted to paint on a Cthulhu picture. Just
You can do that later. Don't try to deface a Bugman's in front of Bugman's wife. You'll get
well,
your ass
no.
kicked.
That's not what I wasn't gonna do it. Like on top. Like, I was gonna, if they had a piece of paper, I could just basically do it on the paper and then put it on the side. You might went out.
I'm gonna let you guys know there's only 4 cards you could have drawn. You drew all 4.
Oh. Good job, Kay. 4 cards we could draw, and 2 of them were bad.
That's why I was like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? You gonna trust this guy? You're not gonna make an inside check on her? Okay.
So do we call it a night after that resounding success?
You all go to bed, and that's what we're gonna call it.
Jesus Christ, you
Oh.
guys.
I want to do the raid. Maybe next time.
Well,
It's 10:30, so I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all so much for watching. That was fun. Except for the regret. But that was fun.
Ugh.
hey, it's fun. It's a game.
You have no idea. That's why I kept saying I want you to get to Gone Grim. She's gonna be there with the deck.
Oh boy.
Whew.
And I love how no one questioned. Everyone just grabbed. Everyone just grabbed.
Well, that's the problem when you do something like that with a character like Kirok. It's like, do you want to draw a card? Yes.
Yes.
It's a card.
And
Yes.
she's currently got
Chloe's
God
just standing there
mentality
like,
of,
let
this
them
is an
learn.
amazing thing.
Chloe's
She's
just
a-
standing there like,
I
let
mean-
them learn.
Let's
know what it
Again,
was.
so far,
They all learn.
We didn't know what it was.
so
for
far with the
character.
crone, I have not yet been fucked. So
This is
I
true.
still think she's good.
You think she's great, and she's very lovely.
Until I get fucked by her, I'm
And
going.
she
You
promised
know,
to keep an eye on the Aaron yes as well. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're complaining about. She's great.
I will say I forgot about the dragon heart, but hey, we were in the Underdark. Didn't
To
really
be
care
fair-
about the dragon.
to be fair, she also said, "Oh, it's only that you asked that you would go look if you found one, but you didn't clearly, and that's fine."
Yeah, I didn't make a promise like some people to Vlad. Like, I will take your finger off if you don't give me it. It's like,
All of our
okay.
bad decisions head back to one place.
Underground.
I was actually referring to Kay, but love you, Kay.
Everyone give Kay on Twitter a little bit of a personal love message because I did just
Yeah.
fuck him.
It's cool.
It's just
It's
a
cool.
bit.
Okay, I'm sorry, man.
I
I'm so
thought
sorry.
definitely the eye was bad.
Oh man, I feel bad for you.
It's cool, man.
I did want to make 6 cards and see what you'd get, but I was gonna be like, okay, first positive and first negative. I'm gonna flip a coin, and then I flipped the coin beforehand, and I said, okay, that's heads, that's tails, then that's this, that's that. So it was ordered as to evens, unevens, and which one would come first.
Right.
I was determined. I was thinking, do I put 6 in? Then I was like, that's gonna confuse it for me. Yeah, don't wanna.
So congratulations for getting a 14-year-old drunk.
Yeah.
It's almost like the world came back karmatically for you guys. You got a 14-year-old drunk? Let's steal all your shit.
Stacy, we have another child.
Yay!
I mean, yeah, it's probably bad on my part for not going. How old is this person?
Yeah, you were the one who gave her the drink.
Yes.
She's taller than you, therefore she's older than you.
Worry.
Yeah,
Oh,
anybody that's taller than me, I assume, is older than me,
How
or at least
tall is
as old
Roman?
as I am. So here.
that
How
is
tall
Roman's
is
a
Roman?
gnome.
Yeah, I know. I'm just curious.
Do what?
How old is
Well.
Roman Nolan?
I'm 150.
Where is he?
How tall? He said.
It's like
Oh,
4
how
foot
tall?
something.
3 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Alright,
only
folks.
4'8".
Folks, we're gonna leave it there.
We'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
next
much
week,
for watching.
guys.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Bye, everybody.
Shop at Game Tea.
Woo!
They don't sell
Yeah,
decks of many things.
Yes,
Yeah.
they'll give you things that are much better than those cards that can
I don't know, 2 levels up in a wondrous item, pretty good.
Oh, they sell better items than that too.
Guys, I've got to pick spells again.
Hey, pick one that'll get me loads of magical items, eh?
You know what's worse? I'm gonna let you guys know I had an idea for every one of you except Kirok for that card.
Carrick was the first person who was going to pull a card.
I actually must say, what did you have planned for me?
Okay, I'm going to take the stream
I
offline.
have
You don't know.
I'm going to take the stream
You don't
offline.
know.
Bye-bye, everyone. We'll see you next
Bye
week.
bye.
Oh, I
Bye.
didn't realize it was
So
start.
long, and thanks for all the